Hey guys, wanted to talk to you real quick about the Frogg ponchos. These things are really interesting. I actually kind of became familiar with Frogg Togs about, I don't know, maybe 10 years ago. When I was really into ultralight backpacking, they really hit the scene hard because they were a very good lightweight option for a raincoat. They're made of polypropylene, which is kind of like a plastic, but they're very breathable. Very interesting. They're very breathable. They're very light, so if you're wearing them on a hot day, they're not really killer. And they used to sell these Frogg Tog suits, and they were pretty inexpensive. They were like maybe 30 bucks for the suit, the top and the bottoms. You know, if you're backpacking, you really don't need the bottoms. You know, you only ever brought the tops, and you know, you go through them pretty quick. They do rip pretty easy, and get them near a fire. Whew. They are good tinder, let's just put it that way. So fast forward 10 years later, you know, I've gone to a million of those Frogg Togs because, let's face it guys, I'm tough on gear out in the woods, and I've ripped through a lot of those. So I happened to be at Walmart, and you know how in the back of Walmart they have that little clearance section where they keep stuff that's like out of season or whatever, and they sometimes have really fantastic prices on that clearance stuff. You either find it in the back of sporting goods, over in the marine section where they keep the boating stuff, or in the very back of hardware. And I found these, and they were literally selling them for $1.99. So what did old Bushcraft 412 do? Bought every last one. Yep. So I wanted to put it out there. These things are really a great alternative to carrying a heavier rain jacket. You know, even some of the modern packable rain jackets are still in the neighborhood of about a pound, which is, you know, pretty heavy, and they take up a lot of space. This Frogg Tog here, 3.2 ounces. That is super lightweight for a raincoat. Any raincoat you're going to find in that 3-ounce price range, you're going to pay big bucks for, not $2. These things are vastly superior to the kind of cheap PVC ponchos that you get, those 99-cent ones, $1.99. These things shed heat a lot better. So if you're hiking hard, it's a hot day and really raining hard, you're not going to get as overheated as you do wearing those, you know, kind of PVC ponchos. I think they're a lot cooler. They dry out very, very easy. They are so lightweight, and even when they're soaking wet, they're real easy to pack back down, get back into the bag. This one here hasn't been out of the bag, but I took one with me on my last trip. I didn't need it. You know, it didn't rain, but you know, I've got a bunch of these lying around now, and I've been using the Frogg Tog products long enough to know that these things are pretty decent. And I think when it comes down to it, these ponchos are really kind of gold because they are so lightweight, they are so inexpensive. I think the normal price on these might be like $5, and they're pretty much disposable. You know, you can get rid of them when they're too beat up and just get a new one. But I think they're great because you can also use this as a ground cloth. You can use it as something to sit on. You can use it as a lot of things. I think a poncho is way more versatile than a raincoat. And I know I went crazy with raincoats for years. I spent a lot of money on different raincoats, trying to find one that always worked for me. But in the end, I always went back to these Frogg Togs because they were just so lightweight and cheap. And you know, I just would shred raincoats. I would just buy these 50, 60-hour raincoats. They would last one trip. You know, it'd be just one trip through some, you know, through some bushes, and they're just shredded. And these things here, yeah, they shred also, but you're not spending $50, $60 on them. So I do like that. And they're just not as cumbersome and as hot and sticky as those PVC plastic ones. So I do like them. They're really good, and if you're all interested in kind of lightweight backpacking, these are a great find and a great thing to have. And you know what? If it doesn't rain, these are something. They're actually pretty soft. You can use them as a pillowcase. They also work fantastic. One trick I've always learned in backpacking is that I can go light. I can go with a light sleeping bag. I can go with lighter clothing because I make use of all my gear. Now something like this during the night is something that I may end up wrapping around my leg. It's going to help trap in heat. Maybe wrap it around your feet. Maybe put it over your head. Maybe use it as a pillow. You know, kind of lay it out flat and put it under your back to help as a moisture barrier or as a ground cloth. You know, it's a good multi-use item. So even if it's not raining, you can still make good use of it. And because they trap in a lot of heat, you can even put these things on under your clothes, like say like put on a base layer, put this on, and then put like a sweater over it. You will be rip-roaring boiling hot. These things really do a great job at keeping your body heat in. You know, but like I said, keep it between a base layer and your insulating layer, and you will be surprised. It adds adds a nice kind of bulky insulation layer between the two of them. It traps a lot of dead air, and it's really good. Plus, you got that hood. You can put that hood over your head to keep your head heat in. These are just fantastic items and multi-use, guys. When it comes to ultralight backpacking, it's all multi-use, lightweight, easy to use things, and this is just great. It's great. I do love them, and I've used Frogg Togg stuff for a while. This is my first experiences with the ponchos, but you know, they're a great product, and I know a lot of people see them and haven't experimented with them yet, but if you see these guys, you see them cheap, pick them up and give them a try. They're well worth the money. Like I said, they're not going to last you forever. They're not a permanent piece of gear. That I do consider them very disposable, but they are fantastic. You know, and you may like the raincoats. You know, give the raincoats a try, give the rain pants a try. But in the end, I think if you are into multi-use gear, that you will get the most enjoyment out of the poncho. So just wanted to bring that to your attention. I know it's not some great review, but it's just one of these little things that's out there. I just want to expose you guys to so that you can see and take a look at it.